Good evening everyone and welcome back to the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup. I am Cal and as always with me is Winners, and now we bring you the first semi-final match between two Terrans. At the top right corner, spawning as the red Turner, we have Dan, and in the top left hand corner of Talder Milter, we have Exothermic spawning as the blue Terran. Our first TVT Winners.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What say you?
I love TVT. I know some people, they don't like TVT, it's boring, siege tanks, Vikings. But you know what? I love TVT. Especially mech play.
So we've seen a lot of mech play recently. Previously we'd see a lot of players trying to fight mech with the bio army, and that hasn't been very successful for them.
That's right. So let's see if there are any indications of another cheese from Exothermic, if he's going to try to hide anything on the map, or if he's going to play more of a standard game as his barracks goes down at about the same time as Dan's. No one taken a gas as of yet. Oh, and there Dan proves me wrong. Both taking their gases at the same time. 13 gas. Nothing too strange happening as of yet. None of the two have scouted each other yet, as we see Exothermic being the first to move out on the map, and his SCV is rallied right into Dan's base. So Exothermic is going to get a slight leg up just right now.
Lucky for him, his first scout being the correct one. It's good to see that Exothermic can build barracks in his base, considering the first two games. Yes, back to TVT. We've seen players, most players now going for mech. We do see the occasional bio. Bio does give you better mobility and easier drops, but further down the game, once the mech player is able to get his economy going, get up a lot of factories, and start building a lot of tanks, a lot of Hellions, we see his advantage really take off. TVT is more like a chess game. It's all about positioning. It's all about trying to edge up, trying to get the better position on your opponent. And I hope to see a great game now.
That's right, Cal. You have to play mech the right way though. You need to get onto at least two base. You need to turtle. You need to put that turret ring around your base, and you need to get that high number of siege tanks along with Vikings as well as a few Ravens, which is very important towards the late game. You can't just move out with a small force into the middle of the map, especially if you're playing someone who is playing bio. And now we see an engineering bay going down as well as the expo, so I think we're not going to see mech quite as fast out of Dan as we see Exothermic throw up his starport.
So Exothermic looks like he's going for some early pressure, not considering an expansion anytime soon. I'm guessing Ravens will be his choice of tech, and I don't know if it was smart or if because Dan knows exactly how Exothermic plays, but he got his engineering bay up so early and his first turret already, just as a precaution.
Yeah, that's right, and we see the tech lab on the factory, and there's switching going about, and I think Dan is going to be well prepared. He has, as you said, already a couple of missile turrets. There's one, the second one coming up, a bunker going down in the front, as well as a few more Marines. Exothermic is even investing into Cloak, and this is expensive. This is going to be very expensive for him if he does not control his Banshee correctly.
This is bad news for Exothermic. He's investing a lot into his Banshee play, and I don't know if it's because they play a lot together or because Dan's a mind reader, but he's already prepared himself for these Banshees. Exothermic is counting on those Banshees to get the advantage and most likely expand behind it. But after this, his Banshees are going to reach there. The attack is not going to go through as well as he hopes, and Dan's going to have the clear advantage. He's already mining off his expansion.
That's right. He has two orbital commands, Cal, though even if he if Thermatech is able to shoot down to kill a few SCVs, as you said, he will be able to produce off those 2 orbital commands. He has the additional mules as well as the additional factor. As the did the SCV see the Banshee? I don't know, but the Banshee is making his way, excuse me, her way across the map.
I believe he just missed it, but regardless, he's got great position on his turrets, and I don't see how it's gonna do any damage. We do see that Dan is opting to go for Bioplate. He's got many barracks already. He's got 3, I believe, and the 4th already building. So he's definitely opting to go for Bio, whereas Exothermic is building his 2nd factory now, obviously trying to go for mech. The Banshee tries to go in here, but a poor scan by Dan. He misses the Banshee, and although the Banshee is not able to get any kills at the mineral line, it's still able to harass and be annoying.
He has one more scan ready now, as the Banshee's trying to pick off that Marauder, but he has to be careful. He's going in a bit too far, and he gets away one more time. Again, this is poor control from Dan, and I think Exothermic is doing what he wants. He is harassing a little. He's seeing what Dan is doing, and is he expanding? No, he is not.
Still no base, and is he sending out? Looks like he's sending out a clump of FCB along with his Marines in a single tank. Probably noticed that Dan already had an expansion up and running, and that he's behind in the economy. So he's hoping to do some damage here. And Dan really doesn't have much to counter this. He's got a few Marines, a few Marauders, but good positioning by a tank, along with the SCVs repairing and the Marines buffering. He could end up doing a lot more damage than we think.
Yeah, that's right. No siege mode though from Exothermic, though he has 2 Banshees along with some SCVs, and here we go. Obviously, this is all about timing and positioning. No SCVs in place as of yet. 25 to 41 SCVs in the unit counting station. 3 Banshees are out, and a few reinforcements.
We see Dan pushing out. He's trying to take out the container in front of him, and we have an engagement. The Banshee's doing a lot of damage to those Marines along with the Hellions, and looks like Exothermic will be pushed back a bit, but still plans on pushing into this. He will go for the bunker now. We have Dan taking out his SUVs.
That's right, he's pulling off a few SUVs. A 3rd Banshee joining the fray here. Yes,
oh no, look at the SCVs all dying. I don't know why he sent out the SCVs without the rest of his army. Very strange decision by Dan. Usually you'd send out your SCVs along with a part of your army, so that the SCVs will take all the damage while your units do the damage to your opponent. And now we have cloaked Banshees doing damage to the Marines, and Exothermic is sieged outside his natural.
That's right, and I think this might very well be checkmate. I mean, there is no detection for those cloaked Banshees, and soon he will need to lift that orbital command. A few Hellions joining in the fray, and Hellions do very well against those bio units, i.e. the Marine. The orbital taking a lot of damage here, and as we see, Exothermic has taken his natural, and there's a Viking out now for Dan, but I don't know how much good that will do. Looking at the production tab, a Marauder in the making along with a few Marines, but Marines against Hellions and running into siege tanks as well as 2 bunkers isn't going to do too well, and Dan is taking a lot of damage here. Oh, he's overextending, and his Marines are being slaughtered here. No medevacs either, and poor micro from Dan, and this is not looking good for a red Terran at all.
Looking for great positioning by Exothermic and great harass, going in and out with the Hellions and the Banshees, trying to lure out the Marines, lure out units, which will get sieged by the tanks. Although initially I just said that Dan was very well prepared for Exothermic's attack, Exothermic spotted a weakness and pushed along with it, even though his investment wasn't so great for the Banshees and the Cloak. He did eventually make it work, and now we see him pushing with the siege tanks and the bio army getting sieged. The expansion is down, and Exothermic in the meantime has his expansion up, meaning now he will be the one ahead in the income.
That's right, Cal. I just don't see any way for Dan to get out of this position. He's adding more barracks, but I just don't think that...
And here we have an engagement. He's taken out all the Maras, all the Marines, and now Dan's supply has plummeted to about 15 less, and there's the GG.
GG. 15-minute game, Cal. First TVT. It wasn't the mech style we both anticipated. It was more of a tank, marine, Hellion, Banshee, and it worked its magic. And we see Exothermic going up 1-0 in this best of 3 against Dan.
Exothermic definitely started the game. I mean, he definitely had his plan in place. He wanted to harass with the Banshees. Dan saw it coming and prepared accordingly. He even expanded before Exothermic and had the income advantage. He just wasn't able to use it, I think. Exothermic pushed in, he had a very good push, excellent positioning by the tanks, excellent timing, and Dan didn't know what to do. I mean, he did have the advantage, he did have his base up, he was prepared for the Banshees. Exothermic wasted a lot on that Banshee harass, and I think Exothermic just made the best out of the situation and was able to essentially kill off Dan.
That's right, Cal. Let's see what we get out of game number 2 as we are waiting for an invite here. As you said, Exothermic, he did not just rush in. He put his bunkers into place. He put his siege tanks into place. He waited for reinforcements. He waited for Hellions as he saw that Dan was going for a marine heavy style, using the Marines to clean up using the Hellions to clean up the Marines, and then use the Banshees to take care of the Marauders along with the siege tanks. So thank you everyone. This was game number 1 of the semifinals between Exothermic and Dan. Stay tuned, game number 2 coming up soon.
I'd just like to add, had Dan maybe went for a few tanks while he expanded, I mean, knowing that he was ahead, he had the expansion before Exothermic, what do you think he could have done differently? Do you think, had he gone for more tanks and maybe tried to maybe even expand a second time, what do you think he could have done differently?
Well, what it would have been different is, well, we saw clearly sorry about that, guys. Well, we saw Dan going for Marines.
Like, how do you think he should have taken advantage of his early lead, his early income lead?
Well, I think he should have put up maybe an additional bunker or so. Maybe had a few more Marines in his main to defend the Banshee harassment. I mean, things were going great for him, but a few poor scans and a few extra units being lost, they're probably